Today we're going to show you how to remove your sink pop-up stopper, whether it is a self-contained pop-up mechanism or the older style pivot rod style pop-up. The easiest way to tell what type you have is if you look behind your faucet and there's no pull rod, then you have a self-contained pop-up mechanism that will either pull out or unscrew. This one unscrews, and here's a look at the threads on that thing. Whereas if you have one that just pulls straight out, it's either going to be held in place via O-rings, or in this case, you have little ridges in the plastic that create friction and hold it inside the drain. Now we're going to take a look at the pivot rod style drain. If you look behind your faucet and you have a pull rod, that pull rod is connected to a pivot rod underneath your sink. So you're going to have to open your cabinet, go under your sink, and you're going to loosen the nut that holds that pivot rod in place. That pivot rod pivots to raise and lower the stopper, and you can see it's threaded through a hole at the bottom of your pop-up stopper. So with one hand you're going to hold your stopper, and the other hand you're going to pull out the pivot rod and then pull the stopper out so it doesn't fall into the drain. Then you're going to put the pivot rod back into the drain and screw that nut tight, and then you're going to make sure that pivot rod is centered in the drain before you go and install your sink funnel. And if you could see into your own pipes, this is what the sink funnel would look like if correctly installed. It's diverting the hair past the pivot rod. So we want to make sure the pivot rod is centered. That way if you incorrectly install the sink funnel, it will be obvious because there will be a tilt in the funnel and it won't sit flush in your drain. So that is incorrect installation, whereas this is correct. And you can see the hair will flow right past that rod.